Welcome back to this episode of In the Garage, in the Garden. And I'm going to walk you through what we've got done today. First, we're going to wire up a plug to that lamp. If you watched the last episode, or the last video, I talked about taking the lamp apart, cleaning it up, and repainting it, cleaning all the glass and lids and all that stuff, putting it back together and mounting it over there on that concrete footer. So we got all that done. Now what we got to do is get this thing ready to put off some light. So you're going to wire up the plug and hopefully everything will go as planned, and here in just a few minutes we'll have some light. So y'all just hold tight, get this thing wired up real quick, and we'll get at it. I can tell I've been working my hands today. Boy, they're cramping. Seems like every time I go to squeeze something, they cramp up. Old age, that's what it is. Tell you what, let me go ahead and snip these off. Make it easier to wire up the 3 wires. The ground is shorter. So I'm going to go ahead and, should have done that to start with. I really wasn't paying attention. Go ahead and cut these off the same length. About like so. Alright, let's do it again. Now on this 110, that you can put the white, wherever you want to, and black wherever you want to. As long as ground is going to ground, you're going to make a circuit. And what we got is this little cheap, plug. That's really all it is. It is cheap, but really easy to do. All you do is, it's got 3 screws that hold it together, and then you got a clamp on the back of it to tighten it up, wire it up, and slide it back together, and voila, you have a plug. So the first thing you do is go ahead and slide that on up through there, slide it back out of the way, get out here where you can fool with it. Alright, that is your ground. So usually the way I do it is I wire the ground up first, go ahead and get it out of the way. But you have these little slots that they go into. If I can move my fat fingers out of the way, they go right in there, and then you tighten the clamp with that screw on top. You also notice that you have 2. You got 1 brass, 1 silver, 1 green. Green is always ground. So go ahead and put it in there. Tighten it up. The way I always do it, I always put the black on the brass. I'm not an electrician. I've never burned a house down either. So apparently that works. Slide the white one over here on the silver, move or clamp up out of the way. Flip it upside down, that way our clamp drops. Slide it inside that slot. Tighten your clamp up. Just like so. Really easy. What are we into this? 2 minutes? Shoot, I'm a professional. Alright, now you'll also notice you have 2 bolts, 2 screws up there that are close together, and one that's hanging out down here by itself. All you gotta do is just line that same pattern up. And you are good to go. Just like so. Work with me here, work with me. I think I mentioned every time I'm out here how hot it is. So it's it's somewhere around 7, I guess, right now. For some reason, heat has been eating me alive this year. Alright, that's good and tight. Now we'll come back here, we'll tighten our clamp up on the wire, on the shield of the wire, so that when you tug it, it don't try to pull the wires loose. Don't over tighten it, it's plastic. You can get a feel of it. Just like that. Alright. Now we're going to slide this thing back down. And I tell you what, let's go up under this one. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to run this thing on a timer. I've got this timer you run, most people use them to run Christmas lights, or they have assortment of garden lights or something other they want to run on a timer. You can set it on like 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. You can set it on a dusk till dawn. I really like it because the hours that me and my wife work, it's nice to have some automatic light on when you come home. So I'm going to flip that around, plug it in here. Now, alright, well, so I put it in the on position. And get off this porch. Voila, we have light. All right, that's a good deal. Good deal. No fire, no smoke. We in good shape. Didn't blow no fuses. Look there, man, we professionals. Alright, so the other part of this video, get some of this junk out of the way. The inside of the garden, I believe we've got done pretty much all we're going to do on the inside as far as flowers and everything go. I want to let the garden mature a little bit before I go spending any real money on perennials. It's not just extremely important that you follow that little rule. But usually on brand new dirt, brand new garden, you want to let it mature for a little while, and feed the dirt, fertilize the dirt, and you don't want to spend a ton of money on flowers, you know, that take a risk of not producing very well. Sort of like a fish tank. You know, you get a fish tank, you don't want to, you know, go out there and spend $40 a piece on fish. You want to prepare the tank with the cheap fish, you know, get your pH balance and everything right, so that if that little cheap fish lives, you know, then after a while you can start spending a little bit more money, getting a little nicer fish in there. Same thing sort of with a garden, not exactly, but sort of the same principle. So that's what we've done. So we've just went and got several annuals, colorful, but I'll flip you around. We'll take a look at what we've got. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I remember the name of these flowers, because I absolutely do not. The stonework, I already had all the stone in, I'll flip you around, you can see this one. Several years ago, this is probably four years ago, maybe 5. We done this side of the yard. We just didn't lift it up. All we did was just dig up all the grass around the bushes and dug it down pretty deep, and killed it. I mean, you can tell there's no weeds, no grass or anything. We killed the freaking crap out of it. And then we put down our stone path and our mulch. Of course, mulch helps keep weeds out anyway. Over here we've got no less than 4 inches of mulch. There is, do the math, there's 29 40 pound bags of mulch in here. 4 inches deep at least, 6-8 inches deep in some places. The more mulch the better. Mulch kills weeds, and you just keep adding mulch over and over every year. That mulch will break down, and that's what really prepares your dirt for flowers. As that mulch rots into the dirt, you start getting the I don't want to sound scientific, not necessarily the pH balance, but you prepare the dirt for growing stuff. And so every year you'll come back, you won't put this much mulch, but you'll cover up the old mulch, and just it's sort of like a assembly line. You know, the mulch on the bottom will eventually rot into the dirt. You're adding new mulch on top, and it's just a cycle that you repeat over and over. Now, this is not the finished product on the garden. This is just what we're going to do this year. It looks good. I mean, I'm happy with it. I like it. It's broke up. It's got you know, not too much stuff going on. But we did accidentally get a couple of perennials, and I don't know the name of them, but I believe that is a perennial, I think. And this one right here is a perennial. But the rest of them are annuals. They'll die off this year, and we'll start again planting season next year. I don't know if we will start with perennials next year, but the dirt will be in better shape than what it's at now. But that's just a catch you up video. If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe. Help me build this channel. I know I don't have a whole lot of videos out. I try to be as regular as I can. Other than last week, you know, if you watch the other video and probably the video before that, I talked about company coming up. My in-laws came over from North Carolina, and they spent the week with us. So we enjoyed them. Holly caught up with some of her family, and I got to meet some of her family for the first time, and we just enjoyed the company, enjoyed the conversations, and went out to eat. Boy, whew, ate like a pig last week. But anyway, there you go, folks. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. There's going to be more videos coming out. As you can tell, I don't yet have the stonework on the front. When they say 3 to 5 weeks, that's exactly what they mean. It's 3 to probably 5 weeks. I took this week off of work. I was assuming this was the end of the 4th week, beginning of the 5th week, and still no stones. But I called them the other day and they said it's still on schedule, so we'll see. But I'm really anxious to get that stonework on there. It's really going to bring this to life, and pretty much the whole reason that I've done anything that I've done out here is to add that stone as a prelude to what we're going to be doing on the porch. If you haven't watched, it may be video number 3 on the garden makeover series that I talked about what we're going to do on the porch. I had one guy comment, the better your garden looks, the worse your porch does, and that is a fact. And so we're going to take care of that. Go watch that video, and I get into detail what we're going to do. Look here. Oh, come here. Come here. Ain't you a nice little kitty cat? Ain't you a nice little kitty cat? You just walk over here like you own the place. Oh, you're a licker too. Oh, good grief. I'm not a big cat person, but I do like animals. And this one seems sweet enough. Look at this thing. All right, folks. I will catch you on the flip side. Like I said, be looking for the next video. And hit the like button. Do me a favor, hit the like button. It really helps me out. Help me build this channel. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.